guys, we're doing scones today. Welcome to my kitchen, Jan's kitchen. So guys, we're going to make a really basic scone. I actually learnt this recipe when I was must have been about 13, from a lovely lady up in Cairns. So guys, all it is 2 cups of self-raising flour. Now, whenever I'm making scones or any sweet things for that matter, always put in a pinch of salt. Then I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm just going to rub that butter through the flour. So what you're doing is actually resembling breadcrumbs. So you're lifting it up and down, and you're just mixing that all the way through. It's super easy. Now the big trick and the big tip with making scones, if you want them to be lovely and fluffy and not have them tough, once you put the milk in, don't handle the mixture. And guys, I know it's really hard, you just want to get in there and knead it, but with scones, you must be really gentle with them and try not to touch them too much, and then you'll have a perfect scone every time. The other trick is, some people like to use buttermilk in their scones. It helps to make a light and fluffy scone. Also, when you're doing your pancakes or your crepes, it's good to put some buttermilk in there as well. Let me just have a little hand wash here, because I'm really loving this kitchen down here. It's got everything at my fingertips. So guys, now I've got a cup of milk. I'm just gonna put a tablespoon of sugar in there, and I've got a little fork here, and I'm just gonna mix that around to dissolve the sugar in there. This is all you need to make your scones. So that's 2 cups of self-raising flour, a cup of milk, a pinch of salt, a dessert spoon of butter, and a tablespoon of sugar. Now we're just gonna make a little well in the center, and then I'm gonna get myself a little butter knife here, and we're just gonna mix it with that. So if I use my hands, I'm gonna make it really tough, and the heat of my hands will not be good. So we're just gonna mix it around. So we've got a well in the center there. I'm just mixing that sugar, because I can hear those little crystals still a little bit on the bottom. And we just pour that into the center. Make sure there's none left over. And then we're just gonna simply mix it with our butter knife. And see how it's mixing nicely there? So just give it a mix it around, and then we're gonna pop some flour on the bench. Now I've got a tray here, and I'm just gonna spray that. I spray everything with oil because I don't like anything sticking. Now when you make scones, you get to decide, because you're the master chefs in your own kitchen. Some people like to have that floury top on them, and other people like to get a little bit of milk and mix it over the top. I think we'll go for the floury look today. So all I'm going to do is sprinkle a little bit of flour here. So get a lot of flour over your hands, and then we'll just wipe that off there. And we get a little half moon, my favorite little guy in the kitchen, and we're just going to scrape that dough out. Notice I'm not kneading that dough at all. And I'll just get every last bit of that. And then more flour, and just a little bit of flour over here so we don't get sticky. Now this is just one batch, okay? If you were feeding a few people, I'd make a couple of batches. But I'm just gonna press that out. I'm using quite a big scone cutter. But guys, if you wanna make a small one, maybe you're gonna have a tea party and you wanna make small ones, that's totally fine as well. Notice I'm also dipping my scone cutter into the flour, and that just makes the scone come out super easy. When I put the scones on my tray, I like to join them together, because it's really cool when you cook them and they're all joined together, and it looks really nice. Here we go, we're nearly done. So we should get about 6 scones, I think, out of this recipe. So that'll give you a bit of a guideline for 2 cups. Now, I do want to get another couple of scones out of this. So what I'm doing is gently putting it together. I'm not going to knead that, because if I do, I'm going to make a really tough scone. So I'll just put that together, and I quite like that rustic look. So we'll just mold that around with our hands, give it a little tap, and I think she's good to go. Look at that, we've got 7 out of that. Now guys, if you wanted to, you can add a little bit more flour over the top, or once again, you can get your pastry brush, a little bit of milk, and just brush that over the top. I'm going to cook that for about 160 for about 10 minutes time, and then I'm going to serve it with some raspberry jam, some whipped cream, maybe some mint leaves, or if you wanted to, you could get some cocoa powder and put through your scones. Sometimes I do that, and I sometimes like to put in some rose petals, so you can have chocolate and rose petal scones, which is also quite nice. All right, guys, we'll put that in the oven and we'll see you when they're done. Okay, see you soon. Hi guys, the scones are out of the oven. I'm super excited. See how they've all joined together? I really like that. I've just broken that one up, so it looks really rustic. Now guys, if you want, you can cut it in half, or you can just rip it. Entirely up to you, but look at the texture of that, guys. It's really lovely. So I've just got some double cream here. I love to serve it with a little bit of double cream. If you've got some raspberry jam, that's really lovely. And somebody asked me to show you how to make some jam, so I might do that in one of our videos. But today, we're just going to be super decadent, and we're just going to put some raspberry on it. If you wanted to put some butter on it, that would be really lovely. But guys, that's it. And we're just going to garnish the plate with a little bit of raspberries. And that's good to take to somebody's place. Maybe you want to put some mint. I didn't get any mint out of my garden, but I do have mint in my garden. So next time I'll bring that down just because I want to show off in front of you. But guys, I hope you enjoy that at your next morning tea, and we'll see you soon. Happy cooking. Bye.